God, I've been asking for this video for a hot minute. All right, let's do it. What's good, y'all? So I'm Jason Hutchinson, and I'm here to just talk about my locks, my journey, the products I use, misconceptions about locks, and just kind of give you a general basis of what's been going on with my hair journey as far as it's been for the last year. You guys kind of see what's going on right now. I got some beads, some gold pendants in my hair, just to show you some expression of mine. But let's get right into it. Wait, quick disclaimer. My results will not guarantee you'll get the same results, all right? A lot of different people that talk about their locks, and I promise you, trying to duplicate what they do won't always get you the results you want, but I just say it's about trial and error. Locs kind of got their own personality. I hate to tell you the honest truth, but that's how it is. When I did my journey, I didn't think my locks would come out like this, but I still did it, and I'm super satisfied with the thickness, how long they are, and the color. Use what you want to say, do what you got to do, and just kind of play around different products in different forms, and you'll kind of see how your locks grow. Locks are part of your personality, so you should always feel free to explore and just get with the program. So let's get right into it. All right, I'm not gonna hold y'all. I actually didn't want locks for a brief period of time in my life, only because I did not understand what they were. And a lot of what I thought about locks came from other people saying they were dirty, they weren't maintained, they didn't look good. It rubbed off on me in the wrong way, and I'm sad to say that it did get that far. I actually wanted to do locks for a while. After I graduated high school in 2019, I really wanted to get a full set. So before I even had this, I had freeform. So you got some pictures right here. I had freeform, and I used a sponge twist, the sponge rub, and I did that for a couple months actually, and it came out pretty good. People used to call me Goku.
Huh, what do you know? I never noticed.
It was so spiky and it stood up. But I soon realized that with freeform, you only had one style. You couldn't really stylize, you couldn't braid it, you couldn't hang it, you couldn't do anything like that. I believe the real change happened, I would say, halfway through my freshman year in college. I saw a lot of people wearing locks at Howard University, which is why I'm going to college. And it fell into me. The interest really sparked me to get a full set of locks. During the pandemic, I actually cut down my hair quite a few inches. Sought my friend who was able to lock my hair up using just a simple crochet method, which is with this tool. She parted my hair and used it to kind of crochet it and lock it instantly. And then poof, we're here today. And shout out to all my bison, man. If you go to Howard, you know that the culture there is very prestige. You really can't get any kind of black culture anywhere else besides Howard University. Different styles, different ways of articulating your expression, things of that nature. And locks was a pretty prevalent thing on campus, so that definitely influenced me to get my style. And then when the movie Black Panther came out with Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, that also inspired me to get this style because I really resonated with the character a lot. So I fell into that as well. I was like, you know what? Let me just put the nail in the coffin, and I locked it up. I also really wanted to get in different hairstyles, but my locks were too short and too young to actually mess around with too much. I did do a few ponytails, pigtails at one point, but I noticed that when I did it, the locks would unravel, so I stopped doing that for a while. But it wasn't until about month 5 and 6 that I started to really get into, I would say, more of the pony style look, the ponytails, doing things like that. Just really starting to kind of play around with the waters and see different styles that could work for me. Month 6, honestly, like, that's when I really took on the responsibility and just the expression as a whole of having locks. Like, that was really my turning point. My locks starting to grow, they were showing fruitfulness, they were getting thicker. I was very excited to just get it going. You know, I want to dye my hair this color, put this jewel in my hair, put this lock in my hair. I want to do so much in my house. I was so excited to do so much stuff with my hair, and I knew that it was only the beginning. But during this time period, I only really had ponytails and pigtails on the side, like these pictures, because I didn't really know too much about styles. I never really sought out anyone. I mean, I watched a few YouTube videos, but they always seemed too difficult for me, especially since I wasn't really going to a loctician on a regular. I'll keep it honest, but I only got my hair retwisted twice in the year that I had locks, just because I like the look, you know. I like when you don't really see your scalp too much. It just looks more full. You know, everybody thinks that, but I think that. So I'm gonna rock with what I think.
We don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
yeah, it just looks more full. Of course, you know, I had a slight little retwist, but I slightly maintained them. Yeah, I slightly maintained it to keep it from looking too wild. There was a time my hair was looking a little too crazy, looking like freeform. I had to readjust for a minute, but it came out pretty good. We're still here rocking the day, and you know, month 6 was cool. You know, it was really amazing. Finally 1 year. And y'all, I'm sorry if I don't have too many pictures. I made a really silly mistake when I first got my locks. And you'd think someone that's very into the style would keep track of their progress. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't take as many pictures as I thought I would. It probably because I was just too lost my words there. It was probably because I was just too impatient that I forgot to keep track of my progress, which that is unfortunate because I did have a lot of great growth and experience to show you guys. But I have a few Instagram pictures I've been showing you guys. So I just went from month 1 to month 6 and then the year, so you guys can see my progress and my journey. After about a year, this is about, you know, month 9, 10, 11, 12-ish to now. But around this time, guys, I started to get into a lot of different styles, right? I started doing the braid back. I started doing the pineapple, the crown top. Started doing the sideburn piece. I started doing a lot of different styles. You know, when you start to really get into different styles, it shows your expression. And I like that about my new set of locks because I was able to diversify my styles based on what I was feeling that day. So whether I wanted to pull it back, braid it, you know, have it down like this, it really took a good turn right there. One thing to note about these different styles though is that they are very hard to maintain sometimes, especially if you have thick hair like me. Like when I try to pull to the side, y'all, do like a side piece like this, you know, whenever I do, people say, oh, you look like that character from Black Panther. And I'm like, oh, I get that way too often now. But this style right here, it's a lot, especially when you have thick hair, you know, and it might fall over, you know, whatever the case may be, it might fall over, you know. So I use a lot of rubber bands, hairpins sometimes, because my hair is just a little bit too thick for a lot of those styles. I even had the 2-strand twist, y'all, and I'm not gonna front, it lasted a good few hours. Like, that style was so hard, bro. Like, I had to take it out like every few minutes because it just kept on, it was just so freaking annoying, bro. And like, especially in the back part of my hair, you kind of see it's thicker than the front, so it was very hard to maintain. Very hard. But it was worth it, I won't lie. And when you get like a nice fade, nice cut with it, you know, you come out looking crisp, you look clean. You really own the style, bro. Like, it's really fire, you know? All right, so bet a couple of y'all wanted to see kind of where my hair is going right now, the journey it's on, the stages, kind of what it's looking like. I'm gonna give y'all a quick 360, right? Kind of see what's going on right now on top. You can just barely see the middle part in my line. Man, let's not talk about that. But overall though, I'm gonna give you guys a quick 360, check it out. All right, so here it is, you guys. Give you a quick 360. You can just kind of see what's going on. And does anyone have like one of those, for y'all that have locks, does anyone have that long thick lock at the back of their head that just kind of dangles there? I know something about mine. So if any of you have that, let me know below. Because yeah, it's definitely good. All right, y'all, 360 is done. Let's get serious real quick. Not even real, so just like, let's just talk, let's have a conversation, right? That's what we do. Misconceptions and stereotypes about locks, right? The first one that I know people say is that they're dirty, and obviously that is not about every set of locks you'll ever see because not everyone's hair is technically dirty. So why would that be the thing for locks, right? Locks aren't dirty unless you maintain them, of course. You see mine is not dirty. I wash it very often. You see it's really polished really well. I give it a lot of oils to maintain it. Just in general, it depends on how you take care of them, right? Now with locks, I will bear in mind you that because they're, you know, it's matted hair, it's locked hair, you will be more prone to getting like sticks and stuff in your hair if there's ever a lot of wind, maybe sand, dirt if you're rolling around, things of that nature. So just really bear that in mind whenever you're having hair locks, because if you're outside a lot, you might get some things in your hair. And maybe that's where the misconception comes from, but I promise you, just notice it, just take it out and wash it pretty often. And it's just that simple. Locks in particular isn't a dirty hairstyle. It's really not. But if you maintain it, keep it really clean, polished pretty well, and you'll really start to see the brighter side of locks, see how beautiful they really are, how much fun it is to have them. And they can do all of this. You can run through the water with your hair like this. It's a dope, it's a dope experience to really have. And I personally feel like if you don't have it, you should, give it a shot, whether you do the false locks or whatever the case may be. I think it's worth the experience to have because it's very, very powerful. I feel more powerful having my locks than I've ever felt with any other hairstyle. So that's my personal opinion on that matter. The next one that I think I can definitely talk about is how much effort does it take to maintain? Is it a lot of effort to maintain? Is it difficult? And my personal opinion is it's not a lot of maintenance, to be honest. I say that because if you have like an afro out, you guys know, like if you're really into natural hair, when I had my afro, it was way too much work to maintain. I'm talking, I had to make sure that my split ends were done. I had to make sure that was done pretty often. I had to get trims regularly. I had to do so much just to maintain an afro. It was hot, I couldn't have that out. It's just a lot to maintain when you have just natural hairline. And I know a lot of y'all understand it because a lot of times you have protective hairstyles to protect the natural hair, but it's so much work. And I feel like with locks, as long as you just wash it, you keep it retwisted pretty often, or you're like me, you don't retwist too often, it'll still look good. Locks are its own entity. Once you give it a good push, a good start, it'll follow suit and just the rest will be history, to be honest. So I don't think it's that hard to maintain or keep balance. It's just based on what your routine is and how often you pursue that routine. Are people with locks bad people? And I say no. I think the notion comes from the fact that it covers our face, so you don't really get to see who we are and it looks suspicious. It's akin to wearing a mask. But I'm gonna be honest, don't judge someone based on what their hair looks like. It's very much the opposite. I feel like a lot of folks that have locks are very spiritual or very aligned with who they are, their purpose. So I say they're pretty overall, not to stereotype ourselves in a weird manner anyway. But I say people that have locks typically, in my opinion, haven't been bad, and I'm not gonna tell you that they aren't or are bad people, but the premise of judging them based on having locks is not a valid reason to say that they're bad people, because they're not, right? Bad people don't have a certain hairstyle. It's just not how it is. That's ridiculous. But locks, I promise you, people with locks typically have really great spirit, very energetic, very expressive. So I say give it a chance. So the products that I use, this is gonna be my next section. The products that I use, they change pretty often. I'm not gonna front. I'm always experimenting too. But the main thing I use is avocado moisturizing hair milk. A lot of y'all have this product. It's really, really good for my hair. I have low porosity hair, which means it doesn't retain water too well. So this is very, very helpful if you have low porosity hair. Definitely don't moisturize too often because that will create buildup in your hair, and that's not always good if you want to maintain your hair for a long time. I use the Tropical Roots Firm Locking Gel and the crochet whenever I'm maintaining or retwisting. This is really good. It holds your locks together and it kind of creates this. I know a lot of locks get frizzy, but mine aren't too frizzy. You kind of see they're not too frizzy, so it looks very straight and maintained and very matted together. So this firm locking gel keep your locks looking less frizzy and more on the thick and fuller side, right? I have a lot of different oils, man. I don't always use all of them, and I don't use a bunch of products in my hair that is bad for you. I will say some sort of olive oil. This is a Sheen. It has complete oil in it, so it's pretty good. Keeps your hair looking nice and shiny, gives your hair maintained, promotes hair growth, so that's also really good as well. Side note, guys, do not use so many products in your locks because, like I said, that's matted hair. So if you're using too many products, that'll cause buildup and that'll destroy your hair. It will look really disgusting and probably fall out. You're probably gonna look like really, really crazy. So, I mean, if you want to do that, that's up to you. But I'm just saying personal, based on what I've seen from other people, what they've told me during my journey. So, yeah, my handy crochet needle. This is my lifeline when it comes to my locks, I promise y'all. So on a final note, what do I think about locks and what do I think you should do? Honestly, guys, like I said in the beginning, I think that it's worth a try and experience. Even if you're doing false locks or whatever the case may be, I say give it a shot and see how you want to do it. Whether you want it longer than mine, whether you want it shorter than mine, whatever the case may be, thinner, thicker, try it. I think you'll like the experience a lot. That's pretty much it, guys. I definitely hope you enjoy this experience that I'm sharing with you guys about locks, and hopefully it changed your mind about what you think about locks, and hopefully get your own set and you love it, man. But if you guys want more updates, definitely just let me know below, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram TV. whatever the case may be. Just let me know what you guys think about the video and what you want more of. I definitely don't mind doing more of these videos. Maybe like maintenance hairstyle videos. I can do one of those. That's pretty much it. And you guys have a safe day. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.